Hi, I'm Kriti and today I'm going to discuss about a very common problem which most of us are facing, that is how to speak in English or how to start speaking in English. आज मैं एक बहुत ही कॉमन प्रॉब्लम पे डिस्कशन करने जा रही हूँ जो कि है कि कैसे हम इंग्लिश में बोलना स्टार्ट करें, जो कि हम में से बहुत लोगों के लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है कि हम इसे कहाँ से शुरू करें. So this task might feel like a big mountain to climb on, but it is not that difficult. So today I'm going to discuss with you how I started speaking in English and how I made it a habit to talk in English on a regular basis. So when I was in school, I used to face this problem a lot, especially when I was in my third or the second grade. I was blessed to be studying in an English medium school, but the problem was that I was learning English but I was not practicing English. That I was not talking, I was not conversating in English continuously. So the difference which I used to feel in this sense was my classmates who used to conversate in English were always appreciated and they became the favorites of our teachers. And they used to always get all the opportunities which used to come in school related to extracurricular activities and other things. So I always felt like I was lagging behind in all these things. I am not performing as they are performing and I'm missing so many opportunities just because I'm not speaking English well or I'm not conversating in English. So at that time I realized that I must start speaking in English. I must start conversating in English so that I can also be a part of this group. So the most difficult part for me was my confidence. I felt I don't have that confidence to talk to people in English very casually, very easily. I used to understand everything, whatever was said in front of me or how people used to conversate with me in English, whatever they said, but reciprocating to that thing was very difficult for me just because of my confidence. I knew things, I knew words, I could have spoken them, but I faced a lot of difficulty just because of my confidence and the fear of lagging behind and the fear that I might be wrong or people might correct me or they might make fun of me. And at that tender age, I am telling you, it is a very big setback to you when you are trying to do something or you are trying to improve yourself at something. It comes at a very bad setback to you. So what I'm going to talk about is how I encourage myself to move ahead and literally force myself to practice all these things and start speaking in English so that I could enhance my personality and develop a very good skill. So here are all tried and tested ways that I'm going to discuss with you today. This is how I started and maybe this can help you also. So let's start. So the first step here is taking baby steps. So taking baby steps here means taking small steps that you must start listening, watching and reading. And listening, watching and reading, not the usual stuff which people tell you. If you'll ask people how to improve my English, they'll tell you, oh, go read novels, read storybooks, read newspapers, listen to BBC news channel and other news channels. But no, I think that you should start from a very basic level. So I would recommend here that you must watch cartoons in English, especially which are made for kids. Because the language used there is very simple English, which will help you to make easy conversations, make simple sentences, and will help you a lot in sentence construction. You might be understanding everything what a person is saying to you. You know, maybe if he or she is speaking in a very fluent and a very good English and using a very good vocabulary. But when it comes to reciprocation, you are not able to reciprocate in the same manner. So it's always better to start with very simple. Don't think that you have to catch up with the level at which the other person is talking. Or you have to be as fluent as that person is. You just need to reciprocate properly. You just need to conversate properly. with a meaningful English. Is the proper sentence construction. So here you need to start with simple things like storybooks, very basic storybooks. Storybooks written for kids, comics. There you will come across very simple English, very simple terms, very basic English and small sentences. Like you don't need to make very long sentences that you keep pausing in those sentences. Break your conversation. If needed, break your conversation and talk in small sentences. Use basic terms. Don't use fancy terms. Don't focus basically on improving your vocabulary first. First, you need to construct a meaningful sentence. For that, you need to start from simple things. The next step would be, don't be hesitant, shy or nervous. I understand that it is very normal that people get nervous. I know that it is a human nature to get nervous when you are going to do something at which you are not good at. You know this is your weakness and you're going to do that thing. It will definitely make you nervous. This is a normal human nature. But if it is happening, try and control it. You can control it only when you've started with the first step. Make mistakes that's not going to harm you, even when people are making fun of you. Because you will improve only when you will make mistakes. You will come to know your flaws only when you are making mistakes. What you need to improve. These questions would be answered only when you will conversate and only when you will make mistakes. I know it is very easy to say that don't be nervous, but try and fight that nervousness and make yourself strong towards other people's criticism, because that is only what's going to improve you. If you will stop doing things because of people criticizing you, that's not going to help you, let me tell you. So the third step is, don't glorify English. This is very important, and we have always seen people around us, and especially our society in our country, people glorifying English. Like if somebody speaks fluent English or good English, that person is always praised no matter what. And speaking good English and being fluent in it is considered as an achievement in our society. But it's just a language, just like your mother tongue or any other language you try to learn. There's several other languages which we don't know, which we have never heard of. But just because speaking English is considered as a status symbol in your society doesn't mean you also start glorifying. When you start learning something, you need to keep it in mind that it will come step by step, and not create a hype in your mind that, oh my god, this thing is like very difficult. English is not a rocket science. If you practice, if you'll read, if you'll write, you'll learn it. It's not a big deal. You should never think, if I don't know English, I will never be able to do anything. That's not true. You should not glorify it in that sense, that it becomes such a big thing for you that it starts becoming your weakness. You need to make it your strength. To make it your strength, you should always feel that yes, I'll learn it and I'll overcome nervousness, hesitation, because this is what I did, and I actually feel now that this has actually pulled me back so many times when it was not required, because I always used to face the problem of being nervous and hesitant, because I have created this in my mind that this is a very big thing and how am I going to do this. The fourth and the last and the very important step, like when you have started with the basic baby steps and you are fighting with your nervousness or confidence while speaking, a very important thing is that you must practice this language. Person who speaks good English, because that will help you a lot. You will notice very speedy improvement in your English. Whenever you speak with a person who is good with a language or is fluent with that language, you speak with that person in a flow. Then this acts as a catalyst. By catalyst I mean that this acts as a added benefit to you, because whenever you are stuck or you go wrong, this person corrects you and you remember that. You will notice the changes very soon, and you yourself will feel that yes, this is helping me a lot and this is going to improve my English very soon. And I'm learning every day, or I should say every hour or every minute you learn something new. And speaking with such a person will always help you come across new words, new style of saying things, new expressions. A person who is speaking in English and is fluent will help you a lot. So here's how I started speaking English fluently. Maybe at a very early stage, and my journey was very long because there were a lot of hurdles. Just because I had so many fears in my mind, and I discovered these steps very slow. But if we make a strategy and follow them properly, all these 4 steps, we could achieve our goal very easily and in a very small amount of time. But I am telling you, if you'll follow this in a persistent manner, you'll definitely start speaking fluent English in a very small span of time. I hope you like my idea of how to start speaking English and how to be fluent in it. If you find this fruitful in any way or you like this, do subscribe to my channel, Sorted for You, and I'll come up with more such ideas to help you out. And if you have any query, do mention it in the comment section. I would really appreciate that, and I would love to hear from you. Be it a question, be it a suggestion. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching this video. Bye.